What if I told you that every time you pick up your phone, you might be sabotaging yourself without even knowing it? You check your notifications, you see their name, and in that moment, what you type next could either build attraction or completely destroy it. Most guys never realize the damage they're doing with their thumbs. They wonder why conversations go cold, why interest fades, why that promising connection suddenly disappears. But not you, not after today, because I'm about to break down the 6 texts that are killing your attraction faster than anything else. These aren't just minor mistakes. They're the digital equivalent of showing up to a date with food in your teeth and toilet paper on your shoe. The worst part, you're probably sending at least one of these right now, maybe even today. But here's the thing about attraction. It's fragile in the beginning, like a small flame that needs protection before it can grow. One wrong move, one careless text, and that flame gets snuffed out. Let's make sure that doesn't happen to you again. Text number 1, the desperate double texter. We've all been there. You send a message, 5 minutes pass, 10 minutes, an hour, no response, and that little voice in your head starts whispering. Did they see it? Are they ignoring me? Maybe they missed the notification. So you do what feels natural. You send another text. Hey, just checking if you got my last message. Or worse. In that moment, you've just told them everything they need to know about your confidence level. And it's not good. When you double text out of insecurity, you're not just sending a follow-up. You're sending a signal. A signal that says, I'm waiting by my phone for your response. I have nothing better to do. My time is less valuable than yours. Is that the energy you want to project? Is that the man you want to be seen as? The harsh truth is this. They saw your text. If they wanted to respond, they would. So what do you do instead? You operate from abundance. You respect your own time enough to know that if someone isn't responding, you've got better things to do than chase them. Your life is full, engaging, and doesn't stop for anyone who doesn't value your attention. Send one quality message, then put your phone away. Go live your life. That non-reactive energy, that's what creates attraction. Text number 2, the emotional dump truck. Picture this. You've been texting someone new. Things seem to be going well. There's a spark, a connection forming. And then, something happens in your day. Maybe it's stress at work, drama with friends, an argument with family, and suddenly your text conversation transforms into your personal therapy session. My boss is such a jerk. He completely undervalues me, and I'm thinking about quitting, but I don't know if I can find anything better in this economy. Wall of text, after wall of text, after wall of text. You've just become the emotional dump truck, backing up and unloading all your problems onto someone who barely knows you. Here's what happens in their mind. If this is how much baggage they're showing me now, imagine what's beneath the surface. Attraction requires mystery, intrigue, the slow reveal of who you are over time. When you prematurely overshare your struggles, insecurities, and life problems through text, you're not building intimacy. You're suffocating any attraction that was beginning to form. Strong men handle their problems. They have support systems, friends, maybe a therapist. They don't dump their unprocessed emotions onto new connections. Keep your texts engaging, positive, and purposeful. Save the deeper conversations for when you're face-to-face, when you can truly connect, not when you're both staring at screens. Text number 3, the interview interrogator. How was your day? What are you up to? How's work going? Any plans this weekend? Basic questions, safe questions, boring questions. When that's all you send, you become the interview interrogator, the person whose conversations feel like a job application rather than an exciting connection. Look at your recent conversations. If they're filled with these types of questions, one after another, you've fallen into the trap of lazy texting. These questions don't create emotions. They don't spark imagination. They don't make someone stop and think, wow, this person is different. Instead, they make you forgettable. Just another person asking the same things everyone else asks. The reality is this. Attraction isn't built through information gathering. It's built through emotional experiences, through moments that make someone feel something. So instead of, how was your day? Try, what was the highlight of your day? The moment that made you smile. Instead of, any plans this weekend? Try, if you could teleport anywhere for just 3 hours this weekend, where would you go? See the difference? The first is asking for information. The second is creating an experience, inviting them into a more interesting conversation that reveals who they are, not just what they do. Your texts should stand out in their notifications. They should be the ones that make them pause, think, and want to respond. Text number 4, the validation seeker. This one's subtle. So subtle that most guys don't even realize they're doing it. Does that sound good to you? Let me know if you'd be interested. If you want to, we could. I was thinking, maybe, if you're free, every one of these phrases has something in common. They're seeking validation and permission rather than leading with confidence. When you constantly check if your ideas are acceptable, if your plans are approved, if your thoughts are valid, you're putting them in the position of judge and yourself in the position of someone seeking approval. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who needs external validation for his own decisions. Think about the natural leaders in your life. Do they speak in maybes and perhapses? Do they constantly check if their ideas are okay with everyone else? Number, they lead with clarity and conviction. This doesn't mean being rigid or controlling. It means having the confidence to say, there's this great rooftop bar downtown I want to check out. Let's meet there Thursday at 8. Director, clear, decisive. If they can't make it or have a preference for something else, they'll tell you. But by leading with confidence rather than seeking validation, you've already shifted the dynamic. Text number 5, the reaction chaser. We live in the age of instant gratification, where likes, comments, and reactions feed our dopamine cravings like never before. And that addiction has seeped into our text conversations too. Did you see that video I sent? What did you think of that meme? Did you listen to that song yet? The reaction chaser is constantly sending content, links, memes, videos, songs, and then immediately following up to check if the other person has consumed it and what they thought. It shows neediness, impatience, and a peculiar form of insecurity where you need external validation, not just for yourself, but for the content you share. Here's the truth. If they found what you sent interesting, funny, or moving, they'll tell you, without prompting, without you checking in. When you chase reactions, you're saying, I need your approval. I need to know that what I find valuable, you also find valuable. Share what matters to you, but then let it go. Give them space to respond authentically or not at all. That patience, that non-attachment to outcomes, it's magnetically attractive. Text number 6, the punctuation, panicker. This last one might surprise you because it's not about the words you use. It's about those tiny marks between them. Hey, can't wait to see you tomorrow. That's so cool! Exclamation points, question marks, the dreaded ellipsis. Most guys don't realize how their punctuation is being read by others, how it's communicating emotional states they might not intend. Multiple exclamation points signal over-eagerness. A barrage of question marks shows anxiety. And don't get me started on the passive-aggressive potential of double quotes. Your punctuation should be intentional, not emotional. It should emphasize your point, not your insecurities. A single period shows confidence and control. A single exclamation point adds emphasis where needed. A well-placed question mark invites response without desperation. Anything more is revealing a level of emotional intensity that often reads as low status or inexperienced in digital communication. The strongest messages often need the least embellishment. Here's what most guys never realize. Texting isn't just about communication. It's a constant demonstration of who you are. Every message you send is a data point that she's collecting, consciously or unconsciously, to form an image of you in her mind. Are you the man who needs constant validation and reassurance? Or are you the man who leads with confidence and purpose? Are you the one waiting by your phone, desperate for a response? Or are you the one living a full life, where texting is just one small part of it? The good news is this. Awareness is the first step to transformation. Now that you know these 6 attraction killers, you can recognize them in your own behavior and begin to change. Start seeing your texts not just as messages, but as reflections of your masculine energy. Each one is either building attraction or diminishing it. There is no neutral ground. So before you hit send on your next message, ask yourself, is this text coming from a place of strength or a place of insecurity? Because in the end, the most attractive text isn't about having the perfect line or the cleverest response. It's about being the man who doesn't need any of that, because his value isn't determined by blue bubbles on a screen. It's determined by the life he's created, the confidence he carries, and the authentic energy he brings to every interaction, both on screen and off. That man, he doesn't just get responses to his texts. He gets anticipated. He gets valued. He gets chosen. Be that man.